I got to talk about training because you've got to replace yourself. And so the people you're putting in the seats, in the vans, they got to know the process and they have to do it well. So, how much are you, are you training every day? How do you teach someone the process and how to deliver outstanding customer service and earn a good check from it? So, what's your philosophy on training?
As much as possible. My philosophy is about 15 to 20 minutes a day is the goal each morning. Daily is better. If you can do longer, that's great. I try to implement some big leadership type of like thought process things for all the guys on Mondays. So like a Zig Ziglar or Brian Tracy or maybe different pastors. Craig Rochelle has great leadership. Something big picture for them to take on after leaving the company. There's some big picture leadership stuff, and that's important because that helps on the mindset. So I do try to prioritize that at least once a week.
Yeah.
But physical, doing the electrical work, that's just job by job. I have a training board for the apprentices and stuff to learn 3 ways and stuff that can kind of kick their butt in front of a customer. If the customer's staring at you, trying to learn how to do a 3-way, that's stressful. But
sure.
Most of the actual electrical work training portion, they figure on the jobs.
Yeah.
For the training philosophy for me is the sales and communication training. So Mondays is leadership training is the goal. Mindset, it can still tie into sales, but mindset type of stuff on Mondays, and we might go a little longer. But then after that, if we're in the office, like unless we have we're just slammed and we got a lot of stuff we got to take care of, it's normally 3 to 4 times a week.
That's great.
And we jump on a Zoom every once in a while and do some other longer Zooms. We have pitches for each thing. If you're going to communicate with a customer about a smoke detector and you're too lazy to memorize facts about a smoke detector and to establish the need, that person might have a house that burns down. They might not be able to get their dog out. That happened with a friend of mine, and that really hurt me. I'm thinking, man, just not. If I just, hey, did you know that this, ask proper questions about a smoke detector instead, I just kind of, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And so, for safety stuff, I think it's very easy for us to, as service technicians, to just kind of go with it because it's, it gets tiring telling people bad news, and if that gets tiring. And so, from the technician point of view, sometimes you just don't want to have uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah,
but that's something that you really need to train with your techs consistently, and make them understand the value of it. And I think we do a pretty decent job on that. At that, we have maybe a pitch, if you will, or the features and benefits that we practice, and so it's more of practicing. And then Mondays, like I said, is leadership. Everyone's involved in that, but then the rest of the week, it's each morning, it's 20 or 30 minutes worth of something, proper pricing, safety checks. Yeah.
How do you decide on that? Is this based on watching the tickets, or do you've got like kind of a formula in your head, like, okay, we need to do, cover different steps of the call? Or
I wish I had a formula in my head, but when we first started, when the tech first starts, yes, I do have a pretty decent formula. I send them to the Path training stuff.
Service Essentials?
Yeah. Aaron does a great job on the electrician advance. Like I would Essentials and go straight to advance. I can use this just fine. So if somebody's trying to pick, go to as much as the advanced class as you can. Take the Zooms. If it's don't have your guys don't run service calls, and you will return that revenue within the next week. Okay, it's done. It's available. Take that advanced class as much as freaking possible. And so he has great training for it. But I have other good stuff too that and other trainers and stuff that I try to whatever though people maybe are struggling on, or I think we could get better at.
Yeah.
And I have one guy who's very advanced, and one guy that's getting better, but he's he struggles with some things. But it's interesting because, like, talking about surge protection, we were the one guy that is getting better and really practicing, putting a lot of effort into it. He was giving us his talk about it, and the other guys, man, I forgot about saying that. So even the guys that are advanced,
oh yeah,
from just repeating, the whatever it is that you're training on. So just having that, it's just like strength training. You just got to do it. It's a skill, and you just got to any type of exercise. It's something that is going to leave. So practice your feet. I could come up with a list, but to say I have it all organized and we're doing it this January, I'm not that type of person.